Hi, I'm Hanbit, and I'm a pastry chef from Korea. Hi everybody, it's Hanbit here. In today's video, I'll show you how to make an amazing lemon tart using my secret recipe. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to pipe a tourbillon or spiral using the Italian meringue. There are a couple of secrets to my lemon tart recipe. First is that I'm going to use a bit of passion fruit puree in my lemon curd, and this gives an extra dimension of flavor. And for my Italian meringue, I'm going to add a bit of lemon puree and make a lemon Italian meringue rather than a plain Italian meringue. Firstly, all your ingredients need to be at room temperature. And secondly, try and mix all the ingredients together gently rather than whip it hard and incorporate too much air into it. Please take a look at my detailed video on how to make tart shells. In that video, I explain everything about how and why. Ingredients: room temperature butter, almond powder, powdered sugar, and cornstarch, eggs, also at room temperature, and cake flour. Right, I'm now going to take the dough out and knead it. Just gently knead against the bottom. Now I'm going to use my rolling pin and parchment paper to roll the dough out to desired thickness. Right, so my 2mm thick dough has been in the fridge for an hour. It's right here. I'm going to cut it out into strips and circles. Now I've got my strips and circles, and I'm going to line the inside of my tart ring. So that's done. I'm now going to put this in the fridge for about half an hour and then bake it in the oven. Now the lemon curd. I'll talk you through the ingredients. Lemon juice, passion fruit puree, egg yolk, eggs, gelatin, sugar, and room temperature butter. Have you clicked like and subscribe? First, I'm going to bloom the gelatin in ice cold water. I'm going to add everything into the saucepan. Passion fruit puree, egg yolks, whole eggs, sugar. Just mix it well before you turn the heat on. I'm going to give you a couple of tips in making the lemon curd. First is that I'm going to start by using the spatula and then eventually use the metallic whisk. And the reason for doing this is because you want to avoid metallic flavor in your lemon curd. And this is the case when you have acidic components like lemon in this case. And the second tip is that I'm going to heat my lemon curd and take it off the heat when I see the consistency of a corn soup. So it's basically like making a crème anglaise. Now I'm going to turn the heat on. Just make sure that you work the edges because they might get cooked. I'm going to aim for the consistency of a thick soup. Right, I feel like I'm getting there. So you can take it off the heat and on, off and on. And you can see that it's becoming thick. Now it's a thick soup, so I'm going to turn it off. Just make sure that you whisk for another minute because the saucepan will have some residual heat. And while it's hot, I'm going to squeeze the water out of my gelatin and add it in. Now I'm going to transfer this so that I can blend it using my blender. Using a blender will give you a very smooth lemon curd, and also you won't have to put it through a sieve. The temperature of my lemon curd has dropped below 50 now, so I'm going to add in my room temperature butter. And what this butter is going to do is it's going to give you a better mouthfeel. I'm going to transfer this to a piping bag so I can pipe this easily into my tart shells. If you want it nice and smooth, then you can use a spatula and flatten it out like this. So now the lemon curd is all done, I'm going to put this in the fridge and let it set. Now while my tart with the lemon curd is in the fridge, I'm going to work on my lemon Italian meringue. Basically, to make an Italian meringue, you need the sugar syrup and a French meringue, just a simple meringue. So for the French meringue, I have egg whites and sugar right here. And then for the sugar syrup, I have sugar and water. And because I'm making the lemon Italian meringue, I've got fresh lemon juice. And plus, I've got gelatin. And what gelatin is going to do is it will basically hold the Italian meringue together for a longer period of time. So first, I'm going to bloom the gelatin in ice cold water. Now the sugar syrup. I've got water and sugar. I'm going to raise the temperature to about 118 degrees Celsius and use that as my sugar syrup. Right, I'm going to start making the French meringue. I'm going to split the sugar into 3. Yes, and it's 118 degrees. So now my syrup will go in. And while my Italian meringue is hot, I'm going to add in my gelatin and lemon mixture. Just whisk it until you feel that the warmth is gone. So I'm going to let this cool down in the fridge to use later. Finally, it's the highlight of the day. I'm going to pipe the Italian meringue into a tourbillon. So this is a turntable, it's a DJ turntable that will help me pipe in a spiral shape. Wow! Don't ask me where I got it because my grandfather got this for me and he did some custom job on it in his workshop. So what my grandfather did was he somehow got this plate, this metal plate, and he put these guidelines in, which is very helpful. So here's my Italian meringue, which I've chilled in the fridge, and I'm going to transfer this into my piping bag. And the nozzle tip I'm going to use today is 1303. So a few things before I start piping. First is that you need to place your tart at the center. It's pretty obvious, right? Second is that this is how I'm going to hold my piping bag. So the pointy tip of your nozzle should be facing downwards, like this. So this is how I'm going to pipe my tourbillon. And what I'm going to do is while I pipe, I'm going to move outwards and the whole movement has to be very smooth. The speed and the amount of the meringue that comes out of the nozzle should match the speed of the rotation. Right, let's give it a go. That's how it should look. Now the next one. And the final step is to torch the Italian meringue to give that burnt look. And even for that, I'm going to use my turntable so that I can torch it evenly. Well, what if you don't have a turntable or a 1303 nozzle tip? Then you can use any nozzle tip you want and just pipe anything on top of the lemon curd. So I have a round tip here and I'm just going to pipe it. There's your lemon tart with Italian meringue. So my lemon tart is almost there, and the final step would be to zest the lemon. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Look at the layers. That is so good. It's really good. I haven't got any other words to describe this. Adding that passion fruit puree to the lemon curd really helps because it really adds another dimension of flavor and it accompanies that lemon flavor really well. And plus, adding the lemon juice into the lemon meringue really enforces the overall lemon flavor. Well, that was the tutorial of an amazing lemon tart using my secret recipe. Hopefully you've enjoyed it and hopefully you'll try making it. I'll come back with another recipe and until then, thank you very much. 감사합니다.